Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. I'm back working on this folio that I started a while ago, and I did actually film this the other day and I lost the footage, unfortunately. So I'll just explain to you what I've done. So I think the last one that we did was we just collaged this piece, and I wanted to make it, sorry about the printer in the background there, I wanted to make it a little bit bigger so that it went from top to bottom. Because this folio piece, I'm using one of these, is a little bit bigger than 12 inches. Okay, so we did that. So then I wanted to make some sort of, I didn't want to cover that up completely, so I wanted to make some sort of closure to go over top of it, and that's where I did these flaps, and I'm going to put like a document closure on each of these with some string, and then we can put some ephemera, or I was thinking I may even make a smaller notebook or a notebook to go in here and slip underneath there. So these are pretty self-explanatory. I've just made flaps. I've rounded the corners, and then I've just made extra flaps here. I just made them extra long just so that when we glue them all down, they get enclosed in whatever I put on the back here, and they stay in place. So I've done 2 of those. So I hope I've got this all in screen here. So if you can picture a document closure there, and then I made this acetate window, so it is 12 inches in height, and then I did 10 inches, I think. Yeah, 10 inches from this point here to this point here. So the actual window piece from here to here is 8 inches. So basically what I did was I just cut 2 pieces 10 by 12. As you will see, I've got another piece on the back here. Okay. And then I've just measured it in, I think, about an inch all the way around, and I cut that center piece out on both of those, put a bit of acetate in between, glued it and let it adhere, and then I sewed all around it. So we've got different paper on this side to this side, and I'm going to have that sitting over top of this, just as an interactive flip, so that you can see what's in underneath there. So unfortunately, as I said, I lost the footage for that, but that's where we're at. So I'm going to just make a couple of the document closures to go on here. I think most people have probably made them before. So I'm just going to use them with some rounds of paper, and I'm going to work out the center on each of these flaps, and I'm going to attach the rounds that I make with some eyelets. So I'll probably speed the camera up while I do that, because I'm sure you will have seen myself and plenty of other creators do that before, and then we'll come back and have a look at it. Okay, so it was a little bit of a drama. I couldn't find I knew I had a punch smaller than this one. So these ones look like quite big buttons. I know there's not a lot of difference in size, but they look like big buttons sitting on there. And I found this one, so I probably would have liked something in between this 1 1/4 and I don't even know what this one is, 1/2 inch, I think. But I don't have one, so I'll have to try and find one at some stage. But anyway, we've done this, and they're not perfectly straight, but that's okay. I can cope with that. And I was going to do both like that pinky red, but I decided I'll just mix it up and just do 2 different colors. So that's your closures, and I've done them with eyelets. I'm going to put some baker's twine in there, and I'm thinking I'll either go red or blue. So at the moment it's all, you know, fairly neutral, but we'll be changing that with once we get to decorating it a little bit more. So we can either go red or we can go blue. Actually thinking I might go blue because this is going to be on the top. No, either of them look nice. We'll go blue. We can always change it if we want to. What I might do though, first of all, is just glue these down in place. So I'm doing it so that it goes pretty much straight to this outer edge here. Okay. All right, so those have been glued down. I'm going to just add some of this blue baker's twine. I'm just going to tie it off underneath. And just hope that the eyelets hold on. I'm going to tie it again here. Okay, and I'll just snip off that excess. Okay. I'll just do maybe that much. I'll just tie that end there in a knot. And so we have a little closure, and we can put something under here, and the baker's twine will actually hold that in place as well. So then this will just act as a peekaboo flip. And I think I want to put it about there. I'll end up putting a tab on there, I think, so that it can be lifted. Let me just have a look how this is going to close. Okay. So I am also going to, I'm just trying to think, yeah, I think I'll put it so that it's pretty much the top and bottom of this window. We are flush with the top and bottom of those closures there, which is at about there. So I'm just going to flip this over, try and keep it in place. It's so big to work with. Now I've got, because I've used the 2 pieces of card, I've got two flaps here, and I'm thinking of keeping this one loose just in case I want to use it as an extra anchor, or I can use it as a little tuck on the back here. So I'm going to leave that unglued at the moment and just glue this bottom one down. So I'm just going to flip that. I'm going to bring that back over here and just stick that down like that. Okay, so that is how that is looking. So I will put a tab here so that we know that this flips. So this is mainly just for decorative purposes, just so you can see what's underneath there. and we'll make a little journal or something to go in under here. I am thinking that I'm going to add some pockets underneath these closures here. So I'm thinking I'll add a pocket here. So that the bits and pieces get tucked in here. So I'm going to do one there, I think, and then the same here. So that we can work on that coming up. So I like how that's looking. Now, one thing I didn't like, I'm not liking this washi tape. It's just lifting as it's being open and closed. And I have glued it down. It just doesn't want to seem to grab. So I'm wondering whether to go through with the linen tape and do that. I can actually do that last minute. So I might even just leave that for now. I do want to, now that I've sewn this, and it's a shame, I should have thought about it beforehand, I do actually want to put some divots in here, just so that we know. I don't know how to do this. It's a monstrosity, isn't it? Just so that we know that they are actually pockets. And I'm just going to, not measuring or anything. Okay. Okay, so that's better. I can actually see now that they're pockets, whereas before they just got a little bit lost. Getting myself all in a big muddled mess here. Let's get rid of this tape. So just want to ink that. Okay. So where do we go from here? So here I've got to do, I want to do a pocket going over this bit here. So I want to do a bigger pocket there. And I'm thinking that I'll make it about 5.5 inches in height. So 5.5 inches. I'm just thinking whether to do two separate ones. Okay, so I've measured that. I mean, I've cut that 5.5 inches by the 12 inches, and I'm going to add it over this piece here, this bit of elastic, and I'm just thinking I might make it two pockets. I'm going to sew this, and then when I glue it down, I'm just going to glue from here to here and then leave a space and here to here, because I don't want it to impede this elastic here at all, because that will, if I glue that down, that's going to stop the elastic from moving when we close the folio, up. So I think I'm going to do two pockets, so one here, one here. So what I might do is I'm going to sew around that, sew down the middle, I'm going to put 2 divots in this as well. So what I might do is I might find halfway. Because I'm going to sew that, it doesn't matter if I've folded it, so it just gives me a point to sew on. And then I'm just going to punch a divot out of each of these. So I've just got that folded over. And this way I know that I get it the same on both sides. Okay, so that's how that will look once that's glued down. So I'm just going to head to the sewing machine and just sew that. Right, so I sewed all around that. I've sewn down the middle to differentiate between the pockets. Now, so sorry, this is just so big. My desk isn't big enough to house it. So see what I mean? I don't know whether you can see the bottom of this. This tape is really bothering me. So I'm just trying to see where the fold is there. So basically just want it to sit right on the edge of that tape. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to glue I'm just trying to think. That tape is just bothering me with it lifting, that's all. But if I glue it, right on the edge there. Okay, so I'm just going to glue there and then there, so that will secure the bottom, but not over the elastic, not over this elastic. And then I'm just going to do the 3 sides. Once again, I'm being liberal with the glue because I want to make sure that it's going to stay stuck down. Okay, and hopefully I'll get this right. I'm just going to push this up, fold up. Okay, so that's stuck down. So we've got a pocket there and a pocket there. We can put some, I keep thinking that's a thread, but it's actually printed on there. Okay, so that's that. And that closes over like that. Yes. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just trying to think, do I want to try and close these down as well, or do I just leave them loose? I might just leave them loose at the moment because I'm going to put some pockets or something on the front, so that's going to weight them down a little bit. And I'm going to put a pocket here and a pocket here. So I might cut the pockets for these 2 pieces here, and then I need to have a think about what I want to do on the back here. I'm going to do more here. I still want to add a few more tucks and flips, so I'm thinking of somehow adding a flip or something here as well to go out this way. And that's where I wonder whether I bring in another one of these. and whether I have that like that, I don't know. Got a bit of thinking to do, don't we? Because we've still got these here. Okay, those elastics may even become unnecessary to have on here, but I'll have to go away and think about that a little bit more. I am going to cut just a couple of pockets to go on this one here and this one here, and then once I've done that, put it all together, I'll just come back and just show you that piece. We might leave that for today because I need to go and have a bit of a think of what I want to flip where. So I'm going to choose a couple of pieces of Tim Holtz paper to go there, here and on this one, and then I'll do a pocket and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've sewn around all those and inked and distressed. So I'm going to stick them into these flips here. And it is so awkward, it's that big. So I just want to make sure I don't. So I'm just going to stick it like that. So just there like that. So I'll do the 3 sides. So I'm just going to stick it there. I hope I've got it on straight. That's that one, and then I'll just do exactly the same on this other one here. Bring it about there. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. 2 pockets, so we'll make some longer tags to go in there. We open it up here, so there will be pockets or envelopes or something added on here as well. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so this hasn't stuck down properly, which I'm not sure why. I have to go back in and re-glue that. So we've got a pocket here that flips up. We've got this one that flips down. So I don't know whether you can see that. So we've got a pocket here. Another 2 pockets here. So they close up. And then we have this decorative window here, which I'll, as I said before, I'll put a tab here so that we can flip that open. Or I'll put a tab here actually, I think. We can flip that open. We've got this closure, which comes undone and opens up to whatever we have in here. So as I said, I'll probably make an extra little journal to pop in here. And just keep in place there. Like that. And then it all just closes in on itself. So it's starting to come together. I'll be back with another video on this. I might do a little bit of work on it beforehand. We'll see how we go. I just need to go through and re-glue this pocket that wasn't sticking, and just make sure that that's going to stick down. I think I've actually got it over the folded line there. I think that's what the issue is, so I'll go and sort that out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Keen to get going on this and get it done. So I've just got to be careful with that acetate now, because it's going to pick up all any glue, extra glue or anything. But it's starting to look nice. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.